To the Maury Show. She grew up not knowing who her biological father is. Her mother, Amy, was a wild teen. Just like the girls you see on our show sometimes. At 15, Amy, the mother, got pregnant with Ada. But she had slept with multiple men, and today, 18 years later, 2 potential fathers have been given DNA tests. A guy named Kendall and a guy named Casey. This is Ada's story.
I have wanted to know who exactly my father is for the past 18 years now. I've been misled. I've been lied to. But I deserve to know where I came from. I'm angry at my mom. She slept around when she was a teenager and does not know who she got pregnant by. My mom told me my dad could be one of 3 different men. Casey came in and out of my life and never really acted like I was his. I never felt a real connection with him. This past Christmas, I met Kendall. I felt a bond with him right away. I believe in my heart that I am Kendall's daughter. I have felt lost, not knowing who my dad is for a very long time. I don't want to be angry anymore. I just need the truth.
So that's why you're so desperate today.
Yes, it really is. I just want the closure that I've been wanting for years.
Right. When you were a child, who was it that they said your father was?
For years, Mom said that it was Casey.
Casey.
And what else am I supposed to do but to believe my mom?
And then what happened?
When I was 6, 7, or 8, I'm not exactly sure when, my grandmother told me there was actually 3 different possibilities. And as soon as I found that out, I started wondering. Yeah. I started asking questions and no one had answers.
Right. Do you remember Casey when you were growing up?
Yeah, I do. I remember going over to his grandparents' house and hanging out with him for a while, but I never really felt
close.
Yeah, I never felt a super good bond with him.
But then, when you finally met Kendall, you did feel something.
Yeah, I felt a bond that I hadn't felt with anyone before.
Do you have any idea who you look like?
If I had to pick between the 2, I mean, they both have blonde hair. They both have blue-eyed kids. And to me, I don't really look anything like Casey. I look more like Kendall.
Kendall's on the right, Casey's on the left.
Yes.
Well, we're going to meet Casey and Kendall, but first, might as well meet your mom, Amy. Here she is, Amy. Nice to see you. Have a seat, Amy. Have a seat. Amy, did your daughter get it right so far?
I told her it was Casey because from what I can do, it was Casey.
You thought it was Casey?
Mm-hmm.
But now
but
could it be?
It might not be, Mom.
It might not be.
I wish I knew, though. I wish this was done earlier when I was a baby, so that way I didn't have to grow up questioning.
Everybody makes mistakes.
But a lot of people fix them earlier.
How would you describe your relationship with Ada now?
It's stressed, but we're all right.
You were 15 years old when you found out you were pregnant.
Yep.
What would you like to tell every 15-year-old out there who might want to get pregnant?
Don't do it. Being a teen mom is one of the hardest things on earth to ever do.
And
don't do
it.
it.
A teen mom is really, really hard too.
Exactly.
I don't want that for anyone.
You think Ada looks like both these guys, don't you?
Yeah, I pretty much have a cookie cutter when it comes to guys I date.
Yeah.
They look a lot alike, all of them.
I see. Who do you think in your heart is the father?
By math, it's Casey. I don't know.
It's time to meet Casey and Kendall, but before we do, here's what they both had to say. Watch.
I've always believed Ada was my daughter. I've tried to be there for her any way I could since she was a baby.
I just met Ada a few months ago. She could be mine, but I just don't know. Amy hooked up with a lot more men than I thought.
I was in a relationship with Ada's mother, Amy, when I was 15. The way I remember it, she cheated on me with Kendall. We were broken up when she told me she was pregnant. She was sleeping with several of them.
After Amy gave birth to Ada, I gave my rights away. I was not ready to be a father at 18. I have been ashamed about that ever since.
I believe Ada looks like me, but she looks like Kendall, too.
I have tried to get DNA tests done. I hate living with this guilt. I need to know if Ada is my daughter, and I'm hoping that she is.
Here's Casey. Casey, come on out. It'd be nice to see you. Good to see you. Have a seat. Casey, you think that's your daughter?
I honestly don't know. I've always tried to raise her as my own, and was there anytime her mother asked and said I need her.
Exactly. There were several times that I needed you, that I couldn't get a hold of you.
This is the first I've heard of it. Anytime they've asked me to be there, I've tried to be there.
You kind of didn't believe her when she said you was pregnant all those years ago, did you, Casey?
No, I didn't.
Well, you should have, because here I am today.
I had no
By the way,
reason to lie.
do you remember the other guy?
I met him one time. We were hanging out where she normally hung out with all her promiscuous little girlfriends. And we all were, guys, girls alike. We were all promiscuous.
Yeah.
We were young. We were experimenting, getting to know our bodies and each other's. But he come up, and I thought she was my girlfriend. Apparently, he thought she was his girlfriend. I don't know what happened. You know, he ended up leaving, and I stayed.
Okay, you think Ada looks like you?
To an extent, yes, but like she said, she's got a cookie-cutter pattern of men, and we all kind of look similar. Same facial structure, same build.
Everybody,
Not
here's
exactly.
Kendall. Bring out Kendall. Nice to see you, Kendall.
Good to see you.
Have a seat. Kendall, you think Ada's your daughter?
Yeah, I do.
Why didn't you take the DNA test when you were offered it instead of signing your rights away?
I told you that if you get the DNA test, I'll do it.
And the judge told you to pay for it.
I told you guys pay for it, and I'll do it.
And the judge told you
Well,
to
you
do it.
should have stepped up and paid for it
You're right,
anyways.
I did.
And I
regret I regret not doing that.
I get the feeling this has been eating at you for a long time, Kendall.
Yes, it has. I can't deal with it no more. I've been wanting to know for years,
Then
and
you
I
never
hope
should have signed
she
your
is
rights
mine.
away, because even if she is your DNA, she's not yours, she's mine.
When you were born, I was 16 years old, honey.
I was 15.
I
It
worked.
doesn't matter. You should have done the DNA test.
They
then.
wanted me to pay cash. I didn't have $1,500. My grandparents were supporting me. I was still a kid.
And I
I was
wasn't.
younger than you are now. I never said you weren't.
You guys
Kendall,
left it to me to do.
Kendall, Ada says she feels a connection to you. You feel
Yes, there is a connection. I feel it as well. When I met her on Christmas Day, I felt something in my heart like
who
she was
introduced
mine.
you guys?
You did, and I appreciate that.
Yet you're the one that said you saw me as a little girl.
Yes,
and
I did.
I took my grandmother. You should have came out to me then and
By the
met
way,
me then.
there's one more thing that Amy wanted to tell you, Ada. Watch this.
I love you, Ada, and I'm so sorry that my past choices have hurt you. I know you hold me responsible for not knowing who your dad is. But I'm here today to help you get the answers you seek. I messed up. I was a wild teenager. But I have a strong feeling that Casey is your father. I hope today that you get the closure you need and somehow you forgive me.
Okay, let's do it. When it comes to 18-year-old Ada, Casey, you are not.
So all those times you're upset with me for not being there, think about this for a second. I was there when I didn't have to be. And I knew there was a thing that I didn't have to be, but I always tried for you, young lady. And I hope you always remember that.
When it comes to 18-year-old Ada, Kendall, you are the father.